Look around today at the world in which we live. You do not see the world that God created, nor do you see the world that God intended. You see a world that is suffering as the result of man's rebellion against God's ruling over them. And as the result of that rebellion, we see the maladies that plague our world. We see the sicknesses, we see the sufferings, we see the sorrow, we see pain, we see death. Not intended by God, but came as the result of man's rebellion against God. I often hear the skeptics as they ask the question, if God is a God of love, then why is there so much suffering in the world? If God is a God of love, then why do we have wars and men killing one another and all these atrocities? If God is a God of love, then why are babies sometimes born with physical infirmities? God is a God of love. God is not really responsible for these things. Man has said to God, we don't want you to rule over us. We will rule over ourselves. We will live as we please. And the result of man's rebellion against God has brought all of these calamities on the world. These are not God's plans. These are not as God intended. But one day, you will see the world that God intended. A world that is dominated by love and joy and peace. A world when men will live together in love and in peace. A world in which there is no sorrow, there is no death, there are no physical infirmities. The day when Jesus comes to reign and the kingdom of God is upon the earth, you'll see then God's original intent fulfilled. In that day, you will see a beautiful earth as God meant it to be. For sin will be abolished.